Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Witchstone. Witchstone is a game published by Huck and R&R Games. I'm not sure who produces what, distributes, doesn't matter, that's just on my box. Designed by Reiner Knizia and, I'm going to try to say this name correctly, Martino Chiacchiera. I'm not familiar with that designer. I know that they've done some other games that I don't believe I've played, but they do have some other games in their own right. So it's a co-design, Reiner and Martino. I'm going to use first names just because they're easier to say. Plays 2 to 4 players in 60 to 90 minutes. What you're doing in this game is, there's kind of a theme, I think. It's a Knizia game, so theme is usually secondary. But you're taking on the role of these witches, and you are trying to spread your influence around the Witchstone. I think it's a crystal ball, basically. And the way you're doing that is by taking these tiles and putting them in your cauldron. And you're making connections with different icons to be able to take different actions. So if there's a witch icon in my cauldron and I connect a witch to it, that gives me a witch action power of 2. If there's a group of 7, I have a witch action of 7. You're going to take both the actions that are on your tile and you're trying to do the most things you can do, get as many bonuses as you can to score the most points at the end of 11 rounds. So that's the gist. That's sort of a theme. But let's just go down to the table. Check it out.
Come on, play the game.
All right, so here's a game of Witchstone, all set up for 2 players, almost. To set up, you're going to give each player a cauldron. You're going to put the appropriate gems on these spaces like I have here, the black one in the middle. Each player is going to get a big witch, which is going to represent their tower, a pile of other witches, a pile of energy tokens, a cube that you can use to mark your actions, and a little familiar that you can use to count how many actions you have. We're not going to worry about that today. And you're going to get 15 of these tiles, and you're going to flip 5. Then each player is going to put an owl on the magic wand, the pentagram, and the scoring track. Then you're going to set up the board. You're going to put all these X2 tokens right here, face down in the center, flip 1 on these 3 spaces here, and then put a pile of owl tokens going from 7 down to 3 on each of the owl spaces. And then each player's owl will start right there. Then you're going to put the magic tokens, 5 here, and you're going to randomly put 1 on all of the different spaces in the Witchstone. You're going to shuffle the objective cards and flip them face up on the spaces like that. Now, to finish setup, you're going to take a witch in player order or reverse player order, however you want to do it, and you're going to put it out on the board in one of these, this tower, this tower, this tower, or this tower, and claim that bonus that you can use when you take a witch action. So let's see, I'm going to go here, and then it stands up. When you stand up a witch, you get 2 points, so we get 2 points. And then I'm going to have this token that I can use at a later time when I take a witch action. Then this player is going to go down here. They get 2 points for standing up their witch. And then they're going to have a scroll action that they can take at a later time. All right, now we're ready to go. The way this game works is on your turn, you're going to pick one of these tiles here, and you're going to put it on your board. Couple restrictions. You can't hang the tile off the board, so it has to be on the interior grid here. And you can't go where there's a gem. So you're trying to move these gems so you have more access to place your tiles. And if you place a tile and there's adjacent ones, you get that strength of that action. Okay, so the bigger groups you have, the more actions you're going to be able to take. So let's see here. I think I'll explain the actions as we go, and I think I want to do magic wand. So I'm going to take the magic wand action, and I want to put it right here. So now I have 2 magic wands next to each other, and I have a pentagram. I can do both of these actions in whatever order I want. That's where the cube comes in. So if I do magic wands, I put that there, so I know which one I've done. I'm going to go ahead and do pentagram first. Simple action. I move my owl 1 space. On the pentagram, you're trying to move around here to collect tokens for bonuses and points. That's it. Then the magic wand is another easy one. You're going to move up this track. When you hit a bonus, you're going to get the bonus. If you're the first person to get one of the bonuses in brown, you get double. So I get 2 gem actions. So the gem action is taking a gem and moving it one space. If you can get it off the board, you get a bonus. We'll get into that when we take one of those actions. So let's see, I'm gonna go, let's move this one down, 1, 2 right there. All right, and that's my turn. So I did both my wands, I did my pentagram, and I did my bonus for my owl, so I'm done. Then I draw back up to 5 tiles. Then it's yellow player's turn. They have all those tiles to pick from, and I think what they want to do is they want to do some energy. So let's do energy. So they have 2 energy actions. Energy is what you're trying to do on this board, the big Witchstone section over here. You're basically building routes with your energy, making energy connections to different towns and towers, so you can move your witches and score points. You're trying to move your witches to claim tokens to get them in certain positions to score cards. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to get to the center. So I'm going to go here. I get 2 because I have 2, so I put 2 down. You don't have to complete a route, but you can only start one route at a time until it's done. So this is a route of 2. Completing a 2 route gets me 3 points. So that's action number 1. I'll use my cube so we know it. And then I get a gem action. And I'm going to go ahead and move this gem this way. And that's it. That's my turn. Then I draw a tile. Done. Back to red. Let's do this. This sounds good. Let's do this right here. All right, so I'm going to do this action. Now I'm going to do wands first. I get 3 wands. So 1. No, I'm not going to do wands. Yeah, I'll do wands first. Nope. Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2. I score all my completed routes. I don't have any, so I don't get any points. 3. So I did my wands. Then I'm going to do 2 movements of gems. So we'll do 1 here, which will come over here. I could have done these in a different order and actually score some points, but that's fine. So when you take the gem off, when it hits the side of the board, you have a couple options. You can either put it in the jar of that action, so right here, and take 2 of those actions, or you can put it down here and take 1 of these purple ones. And I don't want to do that right yet. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to do 2 energy. And I want to put them right there. And that'll get me 3 points. So I did both my gems, all 3 of my wands, and I'm done. Draw a new tile. All right, next player's turn. And I think I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to do a gem and a scroll because I want to show you this scroll. So let's do the scroll first. So I have 2 actions for scroll. You can see there's a cost here. You can buy 1 scroll. They range from 6 to 1. I have 2, so I can take either one of these. These cards mean at the end of the game, if I do none of this, I get 1 point. So just taking this card gives you a point guaranteed. But if I can get 3 of my witches in 3 different orange cities, which are these here, these cities right there, the 4 here, if I can get witches in 3 of those, I can get 7 points. 1 is 3, 2 is 5, all 3 is 7. I think I'm going to try that. So I'm going to take that card and I'll just put it over here. Yeah, I'll put it over here. I guess I'll put it over here. I don't need to touch it anymore. And then these will slide down. So that was my scroll action. Next thing I will do is gems. And I will go 1, 2, move this one over here. 2 energy fields down. And let's go, I need to start moving towards orange. So let's go this way. And 3 points. All right, done. That was my turn. Back to red. Red is going to, I'm going to show you the witch action. So let's do some witches. Let's do this. No, let's go like this. We'll go over here. So I have 2 pentagrams. So we'll do the pentagram first. So that'll move me twice. So boom, boom. All right, so when you pass one of these tokens, you claim it. Then you have a choice. You can either put it this side face up on the board, which I'm going to do, or on the back, you can discard it and do one of these actions twice, but I'm going to put it like this, and I'll show you why in a second. And then, so that's my 2 actions there. I moved twice, collected the tile. Then I'm going to do witch actions. Now, because I put this tile here, I have 3 witches, and I can do 3 witch actions. If I also connected, if I had witches, if I connect a gem later, I get 2 gem actions because this is a dual tile of witch and gem. But I have 3 witch actions. So the first action you can do with a witch is you can put a witch on the board at some place where you have a standing up witch. That's 1 action. So I have 2 left. Next action you can do is you can stand a witch up, take 2 points, and move across a route. Your own route is just 1 action. And if you move to a city, you can claim a tile. So I get this tile. And I'm going to go ahead and use both my tiles now because I'm taking witch actions, so I get 3 points. And I'm going to use a magic wand, which will let me do 2 energy down because you get to do 1. I was the first person there. I get 2. And we'll go ahead and go here. That'll give me 3 more points. And now I still have 2 witch actions, or 1 witch, because I laid 1 down and stood it up. I get 1 more. So let's go ahead and lay 1 down right here. As another action, you could also, if I had a witch here, I could also use an action to move across this for 1, and a second action to park it in an opponent's territory. Only 1 witch of every color can be in a location. So using an opponent's route adds an additional action. So that was my witches and my pentagrams done. Back to yellow. Yellow's going to keep doing some crystals. So let's do this. So we're going to do the pentagram first, just because it's easy. So 1 movement. Then we're going to get 3 crystals actions, and I want to go 1, 2, 3. So this one's coming off the board to do witches, and I'll get 2 witch actions, which will also let me then do this. So I'm going to spend this, and I have a level 1 scroll that I can take, and I'll take this one. So now I want to get my witches in the red, which are these. So red and orange is what I'm shooting for here. And then I have 2 witch actions. So let's see. I'm going to put a witch out here. I'm going to stand it up. I'm going to take it to the middle. And I'm going to score 5 points. And plus 2 for standing it up. Only 4 people can be in here. Or 4 witches can be in there. But in a 2-player game, only 2. Because you can only have 2, 1 of each color standing up in there. All right. And that was both of their turns. We'll take 1 more turn action. And then I think you get the gist of this, and we'll talk about scoring. So back to this player, I'm going to do another wand. I like the wands. So I'm going to do 4 wands, I think. Let's do a scroll first. So I'm going to take a scroll. I'll take this one. So I want to get connected routes to the reds, which are these. If I can do that, I'll get some points. There's also a player screen that you can hide everything behind. I'm not going to do that because all you're really hiding is some of these points that you have in your tiles, but yeah, who cares? So then I now have 4 wands. So we'll go 1, 2. I score for all the witches on the board. I have 3, so I get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get 4 witch actions now. So 4 witch actions. So we'll stand this one up and move. That's 1. So that's 2 points plus 3. That's 5. So that was 1 witch action. For another one, I'm going to lay a witch down. That's 2. There's 3. And there is 4. And multiple places can have laying down witches. You just can't have multiple standing ups of the same color. And that was my complete turn. Done. All right. Then it is the next player's turn, and they want to do, let's do some energy. They're going to do this one here, which will give them 3 energy that they're going to put down. They want to keep moving some witches, so they'll go here, here, and here. Completing a route of 3 is 6 points. And then they have 2 pentagrams, so 1, 2. They get this tile, and they're going to go ahead and spend it now for 2 gem movement, and they will go 1, 2 right there. And that is their turn. All right, so then once everybody has played 11 tiles, there'll be, all this stack will be gone and you'll just have 4 left. Then we're going to score. And scoring is on the back of this card here. I think I showed you all the actions. Yep. So scoring is, you're going to get points for each of your owl tiles. So if you've gotten past the pentagram and gotten a golden tile, you'll score those points. All these magic tiles that you have and either used or didn't use are worth 2 points. Then you're going to look at your cards. If you have some that are like this, they give you bonuses that you didn't use, they're worth 2 points. Otherwise, if you've met the criteria of this, and you've done all 3, you get 7. If you've done 2, you get 5. If you've done 1, you get 3. If you've done none, you get 1 point. You're going to score all those. And then whoever has the most points after all that is the winner. And that is how you play Witchstone. Let's go to the top. See what you think about it.
What do you think, son? What do you think?
All right, well, that was Witchstone. So let's talk about some components. You saw the components a little bit in the overview, but I wanted to highlight these witches and a couple other things. So you have a big witch, which is basically your tower. That's going to be your starting like home base. Then there are small witches. You can see the difference. I'll put them next to each other. They are bigger and smaller. Really cool little components. I really like these energy routes that you're building on the board in the Witchstone path. They look really cool. They're basically just connections, but I like the way they look. And then you just have the normal crystal stuff that's in the pile of games, and then a black one. The tiles that you're putting in your cauldron are pretty nice. They have your player color on the back, red, and then they have easy to tell icons on the front. So components are pretty good. The board is fantastic. I love the cauldron. It looks really good too. Nice quality cardboard, no issue there. The cards are good quality. All the cardboard is pretty good. The player board, or player aid, player screen, I guess, I don't know, is less than helpful, but it does show you icons on the board, because some of the cards reference icons and it's just colors on the board, so you can look at the board and say, okay, these are the red ones, these are the green ones. All that shows you how to get rid of some gems without actually moving on the board, how you're going to get some points, some iconography, all that kind of thing. It's a little helpful, but not great. But overall, the components are good. It had a terrible insert in here that I chucked out. It's easier just to throw everything in bags because that insert was a pain in the neck. But either way, they at least tried, so I'll give them points for trying. This game is great. I love this game. I've been becoming a fan of Reiner Knizia games. I don't have a ton of them. I haven't played a ton. He's made like a bajillion games. I've maybe played 10 or 15. I've liked most of them. I haven't had any issues. One of my favorites is, what is it? Blue Moon City. I like Hollywood Blockbuster or Trump Fabric or whatever it's called now. Lost Cities, great game. But this one here is probably one of my favorites. This one feels like a Stefan Feld game. There's just so much stuff going on. Every action explodes into multiple different types of bonuses that are interrupting your action. Everything gives you points. Every action like goes with other actions to help you just fire off these amazing like engines and bonuses. You're trying to get these cool in-game goal cards, of which there are a pile, like a whole deck of cards that are just nothing but in-game goals. Or, you know, bonuses you can use throughout the game. Just so much stuff going on in this game. Everything rewards you points. They're just throwing points at you all day. Moving up on tracks, moving around a pentagram, doing a little area control out on the board, moving your crystals around on your board for a little like polyomino puzzle. This game has everything. It has, I don't love the polyomino piece, but on this, since the tiles are just, you know, 2, it doesn't bother me as much. As long as you can fit it in there, you can make it work. It's great. This is probably my favorite Reiner Knizia game. And I get it, Martino co-designed it as well, but Knizia is the bigger name on the box, so he's going to get a lot of the credit for this. I don't know how they broke it down. Maybe it's a Martino game and Knizia just helped. But either way, this game is fantastic. I love it. I can't wait to play it. I've played it like 3 times by myself, 2 players, just to keep playing this game because I love it that much. It's so good. Oh yeah, another little meeple. There's a little owl. I just want to show you this because it's cute. A little owl. Yeah, it's so good. It's easy to teach. It looks like it's going to be a beast, but it's really pretty easy to teach. This is just because it's so big on the table. Everybody's like, man, this is going to be intimidating. But There's 6 actions. You do those actions. You take in-game goals to score some points. That's it. And you're going to see all your tiles, all 15 of them, but you're only going to play 11. Done. Easy to teach. So much fun. Looks good on the table. So many things going on. Throws points at you. Just everything I like in a Stefan Feld game, but done by Knizia. So that's got to say something there. So I'm actually going to give this a BGG Septic Seal. This is going to get a 9 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4.5 out of 5 wrenches. On an arbitrary wrench scale, it means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Witchstone from R&R Games and Huck or Hutch. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.